Is this the Teahouse podcast?
And welcome back to the biggest podcast in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm with your boy Tyron. Tyron, a music official.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what's the Instagram name, isn't it, or something?
It's just Tyron_music on
That's
Instagram.
what it is. Yeah,
Yep.
but soon it'll be the official
Yep, for sure.
because he's the official man.
That's it.
Tyron's he's a local rapper out of Bendigo. He's smashing. Actually, you're a busy boy. Like you smash out a lot of remixes, a lot of content.
Yep.
And I see your face a lot on my news feed actually.
Oh, true. Yeah, well, that's good to hear. That's
Yeah.
what I've been trying to do. Trying to get the face out there, the music out there as much as I can. Try and
100%.
pop up a lot. Yeah.
How long you been rocking with all like the Siren Boys and stuff now?
Only recently. I've known Doogie for ages now. Doogie and I used to just make beats. So I was making beats for Doogie like probably 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah. Do you still make beats?
Yeah, I still make beats. I make most of my own beats.
Yeah,
So,
fresh.
yeah, and then I just sort of linked up with the Tyron boys like this year, a few months ago, and yeah, became a part of that sort of collective, and yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, killer. No, it's good. Do you find what are the perks sort of like hanging out with those boys all the time? Do you reckon?
Oh, it's just awesome to be able to hang out with people with the same sort of direction, like, you know, the same goals, like, you know, we're all working towards, like, even though it's like different in sort of ways, you know what I mean? But like
100.
we're all like, you know, can help each other out with different aspects of our own goals.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, you know, we can contribute different things to each other's shit and, you know, help each other push forward. So yeah, it's way better than just working alone.
100%.
You need some sort of team, otherwise you know, you're not really gonna make it far.
100%. And it'd be good for like bouncing off each other. Like you sort of touched on that as well, like bouncing off each other and stuff. And even like, because you got like boys like Ben Martin and heaps of cunts that collaborate in like a different sort of way, and that all works towards sort of like the same goal to a degree. Do you
Yeah,
reckon?
for sure. Yeah, Ben's crazy. Like Ben's been doing all those remix videos and stuff like that, and like, yeah, so we have him doing the video stuff. You know, there's a few other people who do video stuff and like that stuff like that, photography and stuff. And you know, it helps us out with our music shit as well. Like we've got, you know, people making beats, people rapping. Like we can collaborate with, you know, all the people in the group, and it's just, yeah, it works real well because, you know, if there's something that you can't do, there's someone in the group that can do it for you, and
Yeah.
it's perfect.
No, 100%. And they would leave a lot of fun in it too, because like it's pretty hard sometimes trying to do things, like always trying to learn and do things that you're not really good at. Like even now, like I'm doing heaps of stuff by myself, and I'm like, fuck man, it'd be so much easier if I could just have some cunt to do this for me. So I imagine like that would be like such a good thing.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Because I was in the same boat as you before, like this, like, and it's just draining because like you gotta, you know, like I just want to make music, and it's like I had to, you know, like edit my videos, I had to shoot my videos, I had to make my artwork, I had to, you know, do all this other shit that I didn't want to do, and you know that I wasn't the best at either because, you know, it's not what I'm like here to be doing. I'm here to be making music. So
100%.
yeah, it's way better to have people who are really passionate about that specific thing do that specific thing for you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good in a sense though, like being able to do a lot of things for yourself. I reckon it's good. Like, do you reckon it's good that you sort of had those years where you're doing all that, because now you sort of know a little bit about not everything, but like a lot of things to a degree. Like,
yeah, definitely, because it can help me. Like when I'm working with these other people, I can have my input in it more because I know a little bit about it. Like, because if I knew nothing about it, then I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, you just do you. Like I don't know what the fuck to do. But like because I have had a little experience with like doing these other things, I can actually be like, oh yeah, maybe try a bit of this, maybe do a bit of that.
Yeah. And
then yeah, it helps a lot. Like I can have my own sort of creative direction with other shit, not just music. So
yeah, for sure. You can sort of picture things while you're doing it and stuff like that, and like chuck it in. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. I know in like a lot of your raps you talk about like smoking weed and stuff like that a lot. I'm like, fuck, this guy must be a herbs.
Oh yeah.
herber.
yeah, definitely.
I couldn't tell from your long hair. Just joking, bro. Nah, do you find that is it like What's like a story? Like, what's the message that you're trying to get out, do you reckon, with your music?
I'm just trying to connect with people, you know. I want to be able to have like songs for sort of like, you know, when you're feeling like, you know, because you feel so many different things throughout life. Like, and
Every day, you feel different things.
exactly. And, you know, when I feel, you know, a certain emotion, I'll write about it. And, you know, I just want people to be able to, like, while they're in that moment, whether it's like, you know, oh, I feel like turning up right now, I feel like having a good time, or I feel like kicking back with the boys and smoking some weed, or I feel like sad as shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to, you know, be like the soundtrack for that sort of emotion. And, you know, people can be like, oh, yes, this is exactly what I'm feeling right now.
100%. So you're going for more of a diverse vibe. I
Yeah,
noticed
for sure.
you've got a few songs that have got a few thousand hits that I was like, or streams, sorry, that I was looking at earlier. You got like songs that are like up to 30K and stuff. I was like, fuck, that's not bad actually. You're doing well.
Yeah. That was just all me sort of like studying like the promotional side of shit and stuff like that. And like that's definitely helped me as well. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to like, you know, not just focus purely on music. Like I want to, like that, obviously that's what I want to be doing, but I know that if I want to be doing this full time, I have to focus on the other sides of it, like the
100%.
business shit, the promotion shit.
The brand.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
You sort of have to treat yourself like a brand in a way, because like a lot of people listen to music because of how the character sells it, sort of thing. Like not necessarily a character, but like people will listen to gangster rap from some fucking gangster cunts because they're like, yeah, this dude's mad, or like
Yeah.
listen to love songs from some dude with fucking 6-pack and nice pecs and shit, like clean haircut and stuff like that. No, like there's always, you kind of always sort of like, the character sells, especially in this day and age as well. Like you're not going to get anywhere without doing some sort of conforming to Instagram and fucking...
Yeah. I think the important thing is though is to make sure that your character is true to who you actually are.
100%.
Like, and it makes it so much easier too. If you just be yourself, like you don't have to act, you don't have to do anything. Like you, and people like relate to that way more and connect to it way more because it's authentic. And you know,
100%.
Yeah, you know, if like, you know, if you're not wanting to be yourself, then you got to sort of like look inward and be like, you know, well, why don't you want to be yourself? Like,
100%. So you're gonna start wearing Gucci hats and shit just to...
Maybe.
Nah, that's next, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Next video clip, Gucci bag right here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nah, fresh. So what actually got you into music, do you reckon? Like, what's like the...
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good question because I've loved music my whole fucking life. I mean, I feel like everyone.
Did you start on rap?
Yeah, well, I've been rapping for about 3 years now, 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's been 3 years since I've been rapping. But yeah, like I've been around music my whole life. Like since I was like, you know, old enough to pick up a guitar, I was like playing guitar with my nonno, like because got my grandparents up in Canberra, and so yeah, whenever we were there, like he'd be standing there with his guitar and I'd like be like, you know, in front of him and, you know, we'd just be playing shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, but then, I did like guitar lessons when I was like real young, like 6, 7 and loved that. And then I was really into like rock shit when I was really young. But then, I think I heard like Stronger by Kanye when I was probably like, I don't even know when it first came out. So I probably would have been like 4 or 5-ish and fucking loved it. Then really loved hip hop and shit.
It's like one of the biggest singles in the world.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's like actually like top 2 or top 3 or something, like ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy song. Yeah, crazy album too.
Yeah, I remember that, like that song just being everywhere at one stage where I was just like, you couldn't even go to I'm pretty sure I was pretty young back then. You couldn't even go to a social or a fucking party or some fucking event without someone busting it on somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's so, who's like so obviously you listen to a bit of Kanye and stuff. Who's some like influences since then that you're sort of like, oh yeah, man, this is the sort of stuff that like inspires me to make good music and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot for sure. Like there's I like Earl Sweatshirt. I like his shit. I like J. Cole.
Yep.
Mac Miller. I reckon his shit's dope. Who else? Oh, there's so many. Kendrick. Isaiah Rashad.
Yep.
Yeah. Just you know, cats who are like real into the music shit who take it, you know, just to that next level. Jay-Z, like just like the people that people consider like the GOATs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a reason they're sort of up there, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, yeah. Like I even did like a study at school in like year 12 on like why people consider them like the best. Like, you know, like Tupac, Biggie, like all the, you know, the main people that you hear about all the time as being the best. And I think that helped me with my rapping heaps because it was like, oh yeah, I get why people like consider these people the best.
What was like your conclusion? Why do people consider him the best, you reckon?
Oh fuck, it's a very like in-depth sort of thing, but it's like, you know, it comes down to a lot of things, like their character, like their story, their, you know, obviously their rapping ability.
Yeah,
Like,
story's a big one. Like I just think,
oh yeah,
when I look back on like what 50 Cent's rise or something like that, like I remember, man, he got shot 9 times, and then fucking Get Rich or Die Trying was like the fucking toughest album I've ever heard in my life.
oh yeah, that's fucking classic right there.
100%. And then like, but without that story of him getting shot 9 times, would it be as big? Like obviously,
Probably
there's some
not.
slappers on there,
Yeah.
100%. There's some fucking slappers, but I reckon that adds to the it makes it feel more real. Do you reckon?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if he didn't get shot 9 times, then Many Men doesn't get made.
Yeah,
That's fucking like one of the best songs in the album.
100%. You're
Mm.
right. You're right. That is a tune.
Mm.
Because like even like today, in today's age, like I know like drill's like a massive thing. Even like it's kind of new in Australia, but like it's sort of blowing up a little bit, and like to a degree, you sort of have to have like that image that gangsters get fucking balaclavas, like
Yeah,
do all
yeah.
that shit, whatever, for it to like give it that oomph, that
Yeah, for sure.
100%. But like, so you know how like some people you like sort of believe, like I listen to a lot of UK drill and stuff, and I'm like, fuck, these cunts are badass, bro. Like,
Yeah.
did he just talk about someone that's dead?
Yeah.
Bro, what the hell? That's nuts.
Yeah.
But like, and you wouldn't even know if they're baddies or not, but like they sell it really well. Like,
Oh yeah. That's the thing too. Like I feel like if you're gonna be in that lane, I feel like you actually got to be in it.
oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, because if you're not, you're gonna get called out.
Yeah,
Like it's just so easy to get called out. Like,
100%.
you got like, it's like we were just saying before. Like you got to be true to you. Like if I was out here trying to be a driller, like I would get called out like instantly because I'm not fucking hard. Like I don't go around stabbing cunts. I don't do shit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't really fake it till you make it. Sometimes, a lot of people do.
Yeah. It sort of depends. I feel like when when you see people like faking it, like it's not something that's gonna last long. They could have like a massive spike, and then the longevity's just not there.
100%. And
yeah.
in a sense, I reckon like a cult following, even if it is a bit smaller, like a cult following forever is way better than having millions and millions of people listen to you once.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I reckon.
definitely. Oh yeah,
Like-
in every single aspect. Like, you know, if we're talking like money wise, if we're talking like, you know, just having a good career, like, yeah, you definitely want like, you know, a group of people who are really dedicated. You don't want just like a bunch of people who just don't really give that much of a shit.
100%. And because like for example, you could have like $30,000 or something like $30,000, 30,000 followers or something like that, and be able to play small shows and do this and do that forever if you're still putting out good product and like you still have consecutive people listening to you, and you can make a really good career off it. Where like then there's some people that have like millions of followers like in America and stuff like that, sign a stupid record deal, for example, and then they end up being broke, and then they're sort of done with because they had like that one good song that maybe that could have made them millions and millions and millions, and then they're sort of done
Yeah.
because it was just a good track. Like they're not.
Yeah.
They got no soul in their music. They got no.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I feel like we're seeing that happen now with like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp and shit like that. Like they had some
100%.
bangers. I can't deny they had some fucking bangers.
Yeah, 100 stuff that you could like just screw your face up and
Yeah.
dance to, but nothing. You wouldn't put it on in the car by yourself and fucking really try and learn about yourself or
Yeah,
anything.
literally, you can't connect to it. Like, I mean, you can in a sort of way, but it's not a deep way. Like,
Nah, it's more like your ego connects to it in a
yeah,
sense.
it's just sort of like what I was saying, like when you just want to have fun and shit like that. But like when you're trying not to think about too much is when you chuck that shit on.
Yeah, 100%.
And then, but yeah, like you see now, there was like that video that went around of Smoke Perps like on a stage, and he's like fucking like barely anyone there, and it's like, you know, it's just exactly what we're saying. Like if he, you know, did something else and stayed true to, you know, him and like, you know, maybe did something that people could connect to, like build that cult following, he would have heaps of people at all his shows.
100%. And like, yeah, for sure. Even like small things, like it could happen in like content and heaps of different stuff as well. Like even those fucking, what are they called? The island boys. And like how they were trying to be like rappers and stuff for a while and shit, but you can't if people don't take you seriously.
Oh no, yeah, no, you sort of ruin it for yourself if you like, unless that's the lane that you want, unless you want to be like comedic or something.
Yeah, like Al fucking Yankovic or something like that. Do you remember?
And
his
he's
stuff?
a fucking goat. I fucking love Weird Al. He's a fucking legend.
100%. I think everyone knows Weird, but like he done that on purpose too. Like
yeah, for sure. He just did like the maddest parodies of shit, and it was just funny.
Yeah, 100%. Or fucking Lonely Island, Jizz.
Yeah.
in Mud.
Yes. Oh, I used to bump the fuck out of Lonely Island.
Bro.
Like, not only did they make funny shit, but their songs actually fucking slap.
Yeah.
Like their production and shit, and like everything, it's just so good.
100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
No, I rate it. It's funny. It's funny when you look, but then they were completely trying to do that and stuff, and they also struck when the iron was hot and then bailed.
Yeah.
They're not fucking sitting there doing that forever, sort of thing. Like, obviously you see them all in like TV shows and shit like that. You're not seeing them fucking trying to make Jizz in My Pants 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you see a lot of people doing now too. They just play out the same shit. It's like, oh, this worked for me before, so it'll work again. But it doesn't work like that.
No.
You got to come up with new shit because
always.
Yeah, because something is good because it was like good in the moment. Like, you know, it's not gonna, you know, be good if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. It just gets played out. Like,
100%. And there's no longevity in like going with the trends as well. I reckon. Like,
yeah, definitely.
You can't follow trends because trends change. And if you're on a trend that got you there, the same trend's you're not gonna be riding it forever. Like, look at fucking Designer Panda.
Yeah. I mean, that song was hard, but like, where is he now? Like, I haven't heard of a Designer song in fucking ages.
But I also liked that song like 4 or 5 times max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it did get old.
Yeah, like quick.
Yeah.
Especially because I couldn't understand the cunt.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Right. For sure. Have you seen that video where he's like I think he's in Japan or something?
I was literally about to talk about this, right? Yeah, keep going though.
Yeah, and he's like literally just talking, and there's that girl in the background thinking that he's rapping.
And she like claps at the end and shit. Bro, that's that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, fucking.
Yeah, that shit's funny as fuck.
It's because he like, I don't know if he talks too close, like his words, like, it's like, you know what he does? He does join writing in real life.
Yeah.
With his fucking words. Like, he's just like keeping them
he was
together.
getting like really excited when he was talking to. Like, he was getting real hyped up.
And he's
shit.
doing this and shit. Yeah, 100%. And she was like, I think it was China, I reckon.
Yeah.
But fuck, yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
I rated that highly.
Yeah, that was fucking funny video.
But to me, that's sort of in a way like what his songs actually sounded like.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't even know what he's saying. Like,
yeah.
Not for me anyway. Not for me.
Yeah.
Who's like for example, and it's sort of because like you can look back on like heaps of even Australian artists and stuff like that. Like I'm not sure if you're too familiar with them, but like for example, people like maybe like Chillin' It or Cursor and stuff like that have made like a really good stamp just in the Australian scene alone. And then like maybe Chillin' It's probably a bit more universal, but people like Cursor and stuff, that's like a purely Australian cult following.
Oh yeah.
And that dude's like a millionaire, man.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting because I don't think I don't think anyone out of Australia would have really heard of Cursor, but like he's a pretty like household name in Australia.
100%. I think they've heard of him, and I think usually that like they get turned off on it because they don't really understand why Australian, like a lot of Aussie dudes would like it, but it's also like gutter rap like changed rap in Australia at one stage, sort of thing. Like
yeah,
it was all very barbecue rap sort of, but then that's sort of what his market was, and he took that market and then boom.
Yeah, it's like it's a massive market too that he's got, and like massive. He speaks directly to them as well. That's
100%.
why it works so well for him, because like he's literally just is one of them, and
100%.
like he's just speaking to them. That's what you got to do. You just got to find your people and speak to them.
Yeah,
like and he's a great example of doing that like perfectly.
100%, and he'd probably live a way better life than fucking. And have more of a cult following than half like the big rappers in America, just because like once those cunts dry out, they're going to be done.
Yeah,
no one's going to listen to them anymore. And like you obviously have your your different people for like people give Eminem a lot of shit for an example for like not bringing out anything new, but for me, I'm a massive cult follower just because like I have so much tunes by him that is so much replay value to me.
Yeah, for sure.
That I'll probably listen to for like the rest of my life. Like for example, the Get Rich or Die Trying album, like a lot of like the Mobb Deep Survival of the Fittest album, like a lot of
that's a fucking classic too.
in it, yeah, 100%. Like a lot of stuff like that. Like for me, like they're cult songs, like fucking not even just rap, for example, like fucking like Limp Bizkit and stuff like that. Like heaps of like random old tunes that like will forever have a place in my heart. Where a lot of new music now is very it gets washed out really quick.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation because like the way that albums and like just even songs are made these days are so different to back then. Like instead of like back then it was just they didn't really give a fuck about like catching a trend or getting the fucking top spot in the rate. Like depending who you're talking about. Like obviously there were artists back then trying to do that, but it was in a completely different way. Like these days it's like, oh, your song's got to be 2 minutes. Your song's got to have like this catchy part. Like it's got to have this. It's got to have that. But
2 minutes? Why 2 minutes? That sounds like a short song.
yeah, literally, because that's the attention spans of people these days. That's what people.
I fucking believe that too, because like even like I was actually having this conversation recently and stuff. Like I don't even really watch movies anymore, man. Like I'd rather watch YouTube videos or stuff like that, like real bite-sized clips. And I feel like and don't get me wrong, I'll probably watch a movie maybe once a week, maybe once a fortnight or something like that. I still watch them every now and then, but like I would much more prefer to spend hours and hours listening to fucking YouTube videos and like sometimes TikTok. It's a guilty pleasure. So I'm not gonna not all the time actually. I swear to God, swear to God. But and I sort of can understand why the world's sort of moving in that because of all the bite-sized stuff we're sort of getting. And it's kind of funny. Like I actually reckon our attention spans are getting smaller and smaller. Like I find it. I personally can see to myself.
Yeah, me too. It's like human psychology. It's like because people have just made these platforms that appeal to human psychology just more. Like because like TikTok, it's like you get something new every time you swipe. Yeah. Like and it it's not going to keep you there for ages. And you're like, oh shit, what's the next thing? Yeah. What's the next thing? And people just get sucked in.
Yeah, and it's like a release of serotonin, they reckon. And apparently, this is why TikTok's so good, is because the same process with Instagram, like you get like serotonin flicking through your feeds.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same thing. You're sort of just flicking through your feed and watching little fucking bite-sized things.
Oh, for sure. And it's like it's the same with like binging shows on Netflix and shit. Like think about back in the day, like.
You would wait a week.
Yeah, literally. You'd watch a show like, one night and then the next show would come on after that. But then now it's like, oh, you just binge through it. And it's like completely different way of viewing shit. And I've noticed that like on Netflix now, they've literally designed it so you want to binge it more. Like the way they make their shows. Like everything about the way people are creating, like nearly everything is changing to, fit
suck you in, make you more consumable.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And like not even just that, like even for example, like fast food.
Yep.
Like drive-throughs, like literally everything. Like you just like you can. There's no delayed gratification anymore. Everything's so instantaneous.
Yeah, literally, yeah. And that's why people get so mad. They're in a fast food line. They got to wait for like 10 minutes. And like it's like I expect this immediately. It's like. Yeah, it's just the way that everyone's been conditioned now. It's weird.
100%. Even like, and I just thought about this just then. This has never been like a thought before, but like maybe even like that's why more traffic, like more people are getting more impatient in like road rages and traffic and stuff too. Cause it's like,
that's interesting. Yeah,
maybe like you've made me miss me fucking red light. Just get out and kill someone.
The other thing is too is that other like people will be fucking so distracted driving. Like I see so many cunts on the road just looking down at their phones. Like, bro,
I don't do that.
It's
Prove
like,
it.
It's like we don't even like have the attention span to like just focus on driving for like 10 minutes to a spot or something anymore. So,
facts, bro.
Yeah,
that's a good shout too, and it's bad because like I know like I like to go for walks a fair bit, and I put my phone in my pocket for a lot of the time, but then like every 5, maybe 10 minutes, I get like a little itch.
Yeah, you want to check it.
Little itch, just scratching at me inside my pocket, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's weird too, because like you want to deny that like it's sort of controlling you like that, but you can't. Like it's like doing it to everyone.
No,
It's
100%.
Like people, there's people out there who go, oh no, I'm not like that. I'm not like that, and then you see them they're on their phone like every 2 seconds.
100%, and that's why I sort of feel sorry for a lot of like younger kids, like well, not that we're like fucking old as shit or anything, but like even younger than us that are like maybe in high school now and stuff, or like younger than that, like they're growing up on these fucking things, man. Like they're learning their whole personality off these things. Like
literally social interaction is going to be so different.
Their slang, everything, bro. Like how they even, and the fact, like to the point where like it's a proper addiction. I nearly reckon phones should be almost treated as fucking drugs because
for sure.
100%.
It's like it's not a good addiction either. It stops you from doing anything productive, really.
100%. I nearly reckon it's my probably worst one.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all addicted to it. Like, anyone who's watching this probably is too. Because
100%. Why are you watching me for? I'm shit as.
Get off your phone right now.
Turn this shit off. No, 100%. It's that's interesting. And I reckon like in the future, like man, people are gonna have even smaller attention spans, like even smaller patience.
Yeah.
Which I reckon will be sort of detrimental to like the human character in a lot of ways, I reckon.
It's
and we're sort of pussies now. Like I think that like, no, we are. Like we put
definitely,
like we're bitches.
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Especially compared to our old man. And like how are we gonna be able to hold down jobs when we're older, when like you fucking you get told to talk down to you once and you're having like a fit fucking carrying on and this and that. You'll never be able to work for a boss. You'll never.
Yeah. No, it's
just interesting things to ponder.
Yeah, it is really interesting. And yeah, you're definitely right. The human race has gotten so much softer. Like just gradually over time. Obviously, like when we were cavemen, we were the toughest we've ever been.
100%.
And then like even just looking back at like my dad's generation, my nonna's generation, and shit like that.
Hard cunts.
Yeah, hard cunts. Like, and then now it's like nowhere even near that. Like we all just get all these creature comforts and like we're just all wrapped in cotton wool, pretty much.
100%. And like, what do you reckon's like an irrational fear for you? Because I've got like, I've had like pretty irrational fears in the aspect of like calling restaurants.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, like just weird, like stupid, dumb shit. Like
literally, you're just walking up to like a reception or some shit. It's I don't know, it just feels weird.
100%. And I'm better at it now because I've forced myself to do it for years, and I'm a pretty anxious person in general.
Yeah.
So for me to get over things, I like force myself to do it.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it, because the more that you do something, like the more used to it and comfortable you are. That's the best way to treat anxiety, is to like keep doing that thing that makes you anxious, and then you just get used to it, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm actually I'm not gonna fucking die if I do this thing. Like I've done it before.
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like people aren't as big a risk takers as they used to be. But I had like a funny question.
Yeah.
What's like a dumb thing you've done while drunk where you've got yourself hurt? Like one of those egotistic things too, like when the boys are like, oh, you wouldn't do it, because obviously boys are a bit cooked like that. Oh, you wouldn't do it, and then like oh, you're a bitch, and then instantly I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking do it now. Like, what's one of those things for you?
Fuck, I don't even know.
You don't know? I got a story while you're thinking.
Yeah. Give me your story. I'll try and think of something.
On the weekend just gone. This is why I'm bringing this up, because I'm dumbass. On the weekend just gone, I've cooked my knee like real bad. Like
I saw you limping. I didn't know what had happened. But
yeah, I've hurt my knee, and it's my own damn fault. But so I was out drinking with the boys on the weekend, and like having a few cocktails, having a bit of this, bit of that, and the boy loves a cocktail, so I do like a cocktail, but I get turned up on them.
Yeah, they fuck you up, don't they?
But yeah, if they do, and so I went. I was at Roslyn Park in town.
Yeah.
Walking from Basement Bar to fucking Babylon or some shit, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And those fences at Rozzy, like the metal, they got like two, but like the green metal fences that surround the whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you reckon I can jump this?
Oh, you're trying to clear it?
What? Nah, you can't do that, mate. You can't do that. I was like, nah, brother.
And you're out here thinking that you're like Superman, and you're just gonna fucking soar over this.
Yeah. I'm like, he's like, nah, you can't do that. I'm like, mate, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So I was like, yep, done. Yeah, and the funny thing about drinking as well is you get heaps more confidence,
Yeah.
but your ability to do things
Oh,
diminishes
you
by so much more. So you're kind of fucked. Like you're
literally, it's like the falsest confidence you'll ever have, because if you were sober, you'd be so much more capable at doing that.
Yeah,
but because you
100%.
fucked up, you're gonna be so much worse at it.
100%. So
Yeah.
what I've done is I've like put my hand. I didn't like just run up and do like a jump. Like I put my hands on and did like a jumper fence jump. You know, like you swing your legs out to the side, you get over it, you feel like a gangster.
Yeah.
And I've completely done that. And apparently you got to bring your legs back into land, which I
right.
did not. I didn't do. The legs didn't want to come back.
Right, so the legs were just still like out here.
Yeah, so I've just tried to bring it back last second, landed straight on my knee.
Oh fuck.
And I've been limping on the cunt, and it's been throbbing ever since. But I'm sort of hoping it just gets better, because I'm one. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those cats that doesn't really. I'm waiting for things to get better before I ever go to get them fixed.
Yeah. That's. I reckon. Yeah, you've got to at least give it a few days. You got to just say, like, because one morning you might wake up and be like, oh yeah, it's fine.
100%.
You never know.
It's a pretty toxic. I think it's sort of toxic and lazy on my behalf and most men, because we are shocking like that. I feel like women are a bit better at it. I'm not going to say they're perfect, but I think they're a bit better. They're like, I've definitely done something.
I've noticed that, yeah. Like, women, like, they'll pick up on something, like the day they, like, feel it, they'll be like, oh, yeah, this is a bit off. But then, like, with a guy, they'll be like, oh, I've been feeling this for a few days.
Yeah, I can't fucking bend my leg, but I might just wait another 2 weeks to check it out.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Go to work and fucking throb and cry every day, and just can't be bothered going to the doctors. It's a hard thing, because like even like my hand recently, I fucking hurt my hand, and I didn't go to the hospitals for like 2 days, sort of after, and they essentially told me, well, you should have came in quicker, mate, because you can nearly lose your hand. And I was like, oh.
Fuck, it was that? I didn't know it was that bad. You could have nearly lost your hand.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Jeez, fuck.
Yeah, so yes, nearly lost my hand, but I went into the hospital. So sometimes you should just go get checked out.
Yep.
Because there's you know what too, and I feel like you don't appreciate, and I've noticed this recently, I don't appreciate a lot of things until I lose them.
Oh, definitely.
I don't appreciate walking fine and being able to run and doing that. I don't appreciate being able to use my hands to full capacity. I still can't even bend I can't even close it properly still.
Yeah, true shit.
Yeah, it's fucked. I don't appreciate anything. Good health, being at home, being able to run, being able to do anything until it's taken from me.
Yeah. That's just another human psychology thing. Like it's like, you don't, because it's just normal to you. There's so much to appreciate, but you just don't. Like, especially like where we're living and stuff like that. Like, Australia is such a fucking lucky country. Like,
100%.
Like, and yeah, like just the same sort of thing, like what you're saying with like your hand and shit. Like, I had my wisdom teeth out recently.
Yeah.
And I didn't appreciate just eating like normal food. Like, I was just eating all this like custard and soft food and stuff. I was like, fuck, I just want to eat like, like a nice burger or something, or some chips, or like, and you just don't appreciate it. And then, yeah.
No, 100%. That'd be shit too. Like I hate eating like custard and yogurt and shit as like a meal.
Yeah. It doesn't fill you. It's not the same as like eating something like solid.
100%.
Yeah.
I remember I like hated soft food so much. I got me tongue pierced when I was like 16.
Yeah.
And I fucking dead set. I could not do it, so I just got these sushi rolls. I just fucking left them in full and just went like this.
Oh fuck.
I swear to God, I shoved the cunts down my throat, bro.
Fucking hell.
I fingered sushi rolls down. Oh, California rolls, mate. Straight down, baby.
California rolls are fucking good though.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they? I feel real hip when I'm eating them.
Yeah. They're so refreshing.
Nah, that's 100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what I like about sushi. It's like it's not like, you don't feel like all weighed down, and like you feel light and refreshed.
Yeah, you don't feel like a dirt piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like when you eat Macca's or KFC or something, like it tastes so good, but then after you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
like,
mate.
you can't move. You're in a food coma.
You know what? Considering KFC uses real chicken, they're the worst for me. I don't know what the fuck it is, mate, because you can't just like, I eat KFC, man. Quickest enjoyment to I hate myself ratio.
Oh yeah, literally.
Out of all foods.
Yeah, legit.
I'm like, yeah, man, this is delish. Oh my God.
Yeah, like you'll be so hungry, and then you get yourself like, big zinger box or something like that, and then by the time you finish, like, oh fuck, I did not need that much.
100%, bro. 100%. 100. So have you ever played any live shows before?
Yeah, I've done one. So and it was like only just got up for like one verse.
Yeah.
So, But I do have one coming up soon, which I'm really keen for. Gonna
Gangster.
be doing a few more songs.
Do you know where it is, or can you not say yet?
Yeah, no, I can say it's coming up next Saturday. So not this one coming up, the next Saturday. July 16th?
Yep.
It's at Babylon.
Oh, at Babylon.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be mad. Yeah, we're gonna be performing with a few other hip hop acts and stuff like that. I think there's a singer too, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna be getting up there with one of my mates, and we're gonna be performing some tracks that we've made together and shit. And
Yeah, fresh. Who's the mate?
he's called Blairy. So-
Larry. Is he from Bendigo? Or is
Yeah,
he?
he's from Bendigo. Yeah.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, he's fucking mad with the shit too. So.
Yeah, gangster. There's actually fucking way more people than I ever thought to even think about. Really.
Oh yeah, same. Like there's so many more people. I feel like Doogie always puts me on to people, and I'm like, shit, I did not know the scene was like so big.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more people show it to and show what they're doing and like invite more people, that's just going to keep growing and stuff. Because like you don't, like you said, you don't know, like there's cunts at home that probably the best rapper in Australia, you wouldn't even know, and they're fucking just in their basement, just
Oh yeah,
doing
they're just
nothing with
fucking
it.
around. Yeah.
you wouldn't even know. There'd be heaps
Oh yeah, for sure.
of people like that.
Yeah, and it's good because like I feel like I'm starting to reach out and find more people now, which is definitely it's good for everyone because like we all collaborate with each other and we just bring each other like say this person's got a little bit of fan base, they come over, I've got a little bit of fan base, they go over. It's just growth together.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah.
No, I rate that heaps. I rate that because like even with me, man, like fuck, I swear to God, I didn't think there was even that many content creators in Bendigo and stuff. And then next minute, I'm like, now that I've done it for a few years now, I'm like, fuck, can I just keep meeting these cunts, man? They're just coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah, there's heaps of people doing creative shit, and I reckon it's really good. That's something that is good about like this new shit with like TikTok, Instagram, and stuff. Is that it's really good for like people who do
Independent artists and stuff.
Yeah, people who do creative shit like.
100%. Well, imagine back in the day, right? Imagine back in the day when people were dead set. Like you had to know the right person, you had to pick up on the right deal, you had to do like a publicity stunt and somehow get the media to get behind it. Like
literally, so much luck involved in how it was back in the day. Like I feel like back in the day, back in like the 90s or some shit, if you were like a rapper in Australia, like you'd have like no chance. Because like Australian rap back then, like it wasn't even a thing. I don't think.
Wasn't even a thing, bro. Was not even a thing, mate. The first few artists that I'd say had made it would be like Hilltop and Bliss and Esso.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was thinking Hilltop would have been one of the earlier ones.
Yeah, 100%. But even then, like they're still going. Like imagine.
Yeah.
And they're getting on. Like if they'd made like American money, they'd be fucking.
Oh yeah.
They'd be well and truly retired by now. But
yeah.
Surely, anyway.
They still put on good shows. I caught them at Groovin' and they still get the crowd going and shit.
No, they're very good stage presence. So I just can't.
That's an important important side of it, I reckon.
100%. I can't, in the nicest way ever. Like I can't watch Hilltop Hood shows anymore.
Yeah.
Because
you seen a lot of them, or
I've seen about 20 of them, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're always at like every show.
I've seen.
They'd be making bank.
I've seen 20 of the cunts, brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you're fucking sick, bro. I've literally seen this exact act 10 times, I reckon.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't really fuck with their new music. Like,
I've never really listened to them, to be honest with you. Like, obviously, I know of like their big hits and stuff because they were on the radio and shit, but I've never really dived deep into their stuff.
100%. And that's sort of where I'm at the moment anyway. Like, the earlier stuff, grouse.
Yeah.
Grew up on it, classic. And even like I'm a filthy Aussie rap head.
Yeah.
Love it. And like cunts like Curse, man, I fucking grew up. And like even 360 back in the day, because I remember like going through that stage, and because I used to wear like like all my mates back in the day were like all little rough rat dogs, and then I was like wearing skinny jeans but still hanging out with them wearing skinny jeans and shit, and they'd all be like, "You're a Metro," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're a lad."
Metro.
And then I remember like they'd be like
God,
that.
I love that slang.
Yeah.
Fucking classic shit.
Back in the day, bro, it was funny as. And then like no one says it anymore.
I have not heard that in fucking years.
Like at least
a Metro. Yeah, fuck.
Like fuck, it'd have to be like 8-9 years, like fucking ages ago.
Yeah, like I was like little when I heard that shit.
100%. And like yeah, I remember like I'd be like, "Yeah, you're a dirty lad." They'd be like, "You're a dirty Metro," and like pick on each other and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, 360's my boy. 360's gonna smash Curse, brother."
Yeah, bro. Do you remember that fucking like rap battle between them. That was fucking
Got
massive.
beef, brother. That was the shit, man.
Yeah.
I grew up on that, dude.
Yeah,
That was the
I remember watching that so many times. Like, I remember that there was that one bar that 360 said, and it was like fucking something about curses. Like no girl wants to fuck a guy that dresses like a tennis instructor.
Yeah, man.
I just fucking loved that shit. That was fucking such a good roast.
Bro, they're so good in curses. Like, my dad told me to tell your dad that my dad thinks your dad's a faggot. Whoa! It's like, bro,
Yeah.
that whole. That's like the highest watched rap battle in Australia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's got a few million views.
And then there's that other one.
Iconic.
Bro, you know what other one is iconic? Fucking, what's the name that he goes by again? Fuck. And he's like, hey, little kids, I'm going to kill a clown today. And he like just has no flow and he's just talking the whole time. It's the funniest shit.
Oh, that's not,
What else is he says like he's just talking. Like he's not even rapping. It's just the funniest shit.
It's not like Keynote or anything, is it? Oh, no. Greeley maybe, or?
Fuck, I can't remember what he goes by. But he's like, you have to watch it. I'll have to show it to you after we're done talking.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, it's the funniest shit. Like, I feel like you would have seen it. Like, it was pretty big. But, like, yeah, it's just this cunt. And, like, yeah, it's like, you know, classic Aussie rap battle. Like, just a bunch of, like, cunts just standing around in, like, a skate park, I think.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, they're just these two cunts. And this guy's, like, you know, he's like, one of his first bars is, like, I'm from Brooklyn. That's all right. And it was like, what?
Aren't you from Australia?
Yeah, like what? He's just talking full Aussie accent. He's like, I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah, the scene's come a long way. It's funny too, because like it's happened with because America was obviously the godfather of rap or whatever.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of countries copied American accents for years, like years and years. Like now, like one of my all-time favorites, and even to this day is one of my favorites, Scribe. Do you remember Scribe? Out of New Zealand.
No, I don't think I've heard of Scribe.
Yeah, or like a lot of Australian rappers and stuff. They all put on American accents. A lot of Pommy UK artists and stuff that I listen to now and stuff that like the older ones, they had American accents. Like
yeah, and I feel like my accent and my shit kind of comes off as kind of American. I've heard that from people before, and I think it's literally I don't know about other people, but with me, I think it's just because that's what I listen to.
Yeah,
and like. I don't know, me personally, like rapping and talking is like two completely like different parts of my brain. So like with rapping, like I grew up like rapping along to like, you know, Kanye, Lil Wayne, like rapping along to their songs, and like that's just how it naturally came out.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I'm 100%. I know exactly what you're saying. I used to, I've sort of always just fucked around rapping and stuff, like just in me room and shit, and I 100% agree. Like when I was young and stuff, I reckon I even did. Like, Like everyone sort of does. Like I'm not that I'm a rapper or anything, but like 100%, bro. Like you just sort of you replicate what you're listening to a degree as best you can. Like you're not like literally putting it on an American accent, but you're tweaking your voice more to that sort of way. And it's the way they pronounce words and stuff. Like you can't pronounce. Like they bend their like for example Eminem, he's like the best at bending his words based on accents and like shit like that. Like you can't like really have an Australian accent half the time when you're rapping that motherfucking stuff. It's like
it's
otherwise your tone and pitch is just out. You're just not.
It's different. Like I remember when I like first hopped on the mic, like I sort of like I did what came naturally first, and then I was like. Oh yeah, it sounds American, and I tried to do like, you know, Aussie sort of, and it just came out like sounding way worse. Like it sounded less natural, which is like it sounds weird, but like it sounded less natural. Like
it didn't feel. Yeah, you felt like you were putting it on.
Yeah, it felt forced, which is weird because you know I obviously talk like this,
100.
but like, and it doesn't feel forced because it's just how I fucking talk. But like,
I feel like it's because we didn't really have our own style for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even like grow up like listening to pretty much any Aussie rap. Like I didn't even know of much of it.
Oh man, I went through stages with it because like it went stale for a long time and stuff. I've sort of picked it up again, maybe like last 4 or 5 years, like massively.
Yeah,
just because of the diversity of it.
Yeah, literally, I feel like only like now the scene is really starting to pick up and starting to look real good.
Yeah, 100%. Like soon there'll be like we'll have we don't have our own sound yet. Like even like a lot of the drill artists or this and that, like we all sort of mimic
other
countries' not trends per se, but other artists that are like done well in other countries and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like drill's blowing up here, and like it's almost like because drill was like got made massive in like the UK and shit like that. And it's
100.
like I feel like it's like almost because the accents are so similar. Like Australian and like British is like pretty similar accent.
100. And that I think it's sort of easier for us to sort of use our accents. I think the UK showed us that we can use our own vaping, man. Get rid of that shit. I think the UK showed us there's different ways to rap and punctuate your accent to a way that like suit, like you can suit the beat, the music, or like the style of rapping a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is what I've found anyway. Like a lot of like, oh fuck, if we just flow our rhyme schemes like this and rhyme with these sort of words, it sounds fucking fresh. Like,
yeah,
I imagine there's like a technical fucking term for all that, but like,
yeah,
like just different ways to sort of use our accent or use our voice and stuff, which I reckon is kind of cool. But yeah, I reckon the UK definitely showed us that we can do that.
Yeah. I feel like if I like grew up with the scene how it is now, then my music would sound. Well, I mean, obviously my music would sound completely different. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, and I feel like I'd just be more into like all the Aussie shit and stuff like that because there's just so much more of it now.
100%.
Yeah.
But you never know. Like in 10 years from now and stuff, especially because you'll be collabing with a lot of Australian artists and you'll be working with a lot. I'm sure you'll grow to like their music and stuff, and then you'll just find yourself listening to a lot of smaller artists and like.
Yeah, definitely. I find that already happening.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
100%. And like I honestly prefer it in an aspect like a lot of the artists that I listen to, I can go see their shows for $30.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
at a fucking venue in Fitzroy or something like that. Laundry, like just like a venue with maybe 1,000, and that's the biggest ones, mate. And then like, you know what I mean? I honestly prefer it because like to me, they're still the main cunts that I listen to. So I'm almost looking at celebrities, but they're just normal dudes from fucking.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool about the scene at the moment is because like that's the advantage that we have as independent artists with like a small fan base is we can like directly connect with like every single fan that we have. Like a big artist, like a fucking, a Drake or a Post Malone or some shit. They can't do that. They've got millions like of people. They can't directly connect with everyone, but like that's the advantage that we have. We can make a deeper connection with our, supporters.
100%.
And that's what people got to realize. Like we got a lot of limitations, obviously, but we also have a lot of things that they don't, and that's what we got to take advantage of and focus on.
100%. Another good thing too is like as much as the scene is growing and stuff, it's still niche.
Yeah,
it's still a small tight knit community and stuff. So if you start making waves and shit, like you'll find that like you'll get noticed a lot quicker maybe even around the country because there's not all of Melbourne's gonna listen to fucking some Aussie artist. But once you sort of start growing, a few thousand people here, that's when you can start going, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna just do like a tour, and just do like travel to all these different places. Still make it a pretty decent income, but obviously it doesn't have to be overboard. But you can honestly make a living off it, like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you just got to know the steps and like, you got to also know that there's so many different paths that you can take to get, where you want to go. Like, back in the day, like what we were talking about, like you had to rely on getting signed by a label, otherwise you're fucked. Like
fucked.
Yeah, that's why it's so much better these days. And like, there was so much, like I was saying, so much luck involved back then. Like you had to get heard by the right person. They had to show it to the other right person. They had to fuck with it. Yeah.
Imagine if Eminem never got found.
Yeah. I was someone was telling me that story the other day. I hadn't even heard it. Like he was handing out tapes at a show, and like I think it was a rap battle actually.
Yeah, and he came second.
Yeah, he came second. He was all pissed off, and he was like handing out the tapes, and then one person he handed to fucking gave it to Dre at Interscope, and fucking that was it.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, fucking insane. And it just shows too, like even if you feel like you're at this point where like you feel like giving up, just don't, because you could be like one day away from shit going good.
100%. And like it's sort of hard because like in the same breath to go as far as you want to go, the best thing to do is go all in.
Oh, for sure.
100%. But sometimes I think a lot of artists think that it'll happen overnight and then maybe neglect their rest of their life. Like, for example, you're still working, you're still doing that, you still probably got goals. Like in life that you also want to complete, but at the same time you want to also progress this career because you want to do. I imagine you want to do it full time. Like that's that's the goal for everyone. Like I'd love to do this full time too.
Yeah, and we'll get there. We'll both get there.
100%.
All we got to do is just not stop working at it.
Not stop working at it. Yeah. But at the same time, you've got to also balance your life a lot because you'll burn out like a motherfucker because
exactly.
You'll be like, oh, but I'm working so hard and I've only got 1,000 followers and 300 more monthly listeners in a year or something like that. But like, you never know, like that might, if you just slowly do that, if you're 19, man, like you can still fucking do music at 30 in your 30s, like, and still be pretty young. Like, it's funny, the older I get, the younger I sort of realize everyone actually is because
yeah, definitely. Like Jay-Z dropped his first album at 26. Kanye dropped his first album at 28. Like fucking plenty of time. 100%. It's just because you see cunts like, you know, like the kid Laurie and shit like that. He's like blew up when he was like, what, 16?
Yeah.
And you see that these days and you're like, oh shit, like I'm late, I'm missing the boat. But you're not.
No.
Like you can grow up. It doesn't matter what age you are. Like if you got dope shit and you know, you're connecting with the right people, then you can do anything. It doesn't matter like what age you are. It doesn't matter like any sort of demographic you are. Like doesn't matter.
100%. And even like I know you're not that familiar with the Aussie scene, but like, do you know Spanian at all? Spanian from...
Oh, like, so the name sounds familiar.
There's like the Hurus videos and shit.
The name sounds very familiar.
Like he got out of jail and started rapping in his 30s. Like always rapped and stuff and like to himself, but like didn't start putting out products until his 30s. And like he's huge now. Fucking mad. I know he got massive off his street talks and stuff, but like it just goes to show like there's no real clear, like there's no, you don't have to blow up at 16, you don't have to blow up at 19, you can grind until you're fucking 30 and just get the recognition then.
Everyone's got their own path, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. They like look at like someone they idolize and they're like, oh shit, my path isn't looking the same, like what am I doing wrong? It's like everyone's path is different. You're not doing anything wrong. Well, you might be, but like, you know, that's something for you to figure out. But like, you know, there's nothing wrong with you blowing up later than someone. There's nothing wrong with you blowing up earlier than someone. It's just everything's different for everyone. It's just the path.
100%. It's a good way to look at it and stuff too, because like I know like in my head like I'm just thinking all the time, fuck, is this the week?
Yeah.
But like you just don't think about it, otherwise it just drives you fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a pretty viral video, and you sort of like, yeah, I'm getting there, baby, but then your next 10 will flop. And
and that's all part of it, because it's like brick by brick is how you got to think of it. It's
100%. Like 1% better every day.
Yeah. You can't be thinking of it as like, oh, I'm gonna be doing this, and then like, you know, the next day it's gonna, like, one day it's just gonna really pop off. Like, you know, it will eventually, but like you got to be thinking brick by brick, and then you'll like, you know, you'll get like 3 years ahead and you're like, oh shit, look where I was back then, now look where I am now. And like, fuck, there's all this, I've just been working. And like,
100%. Yeah. And it might not even feel like that far, but it still is.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it still is.
Yeah, you just got to sit down and think about it sometimes. Like, that's like something that I feel like us as like creatives and like, you know, content creators, like we neglect looking back at like where we started and really appreciating how far we've come. Because, you know, I'll like listen back to my old stuff sometimes, like the first like music I put out, and then I'll like listen to my new unreleased shit. I'm like, holy fuck, like look how much I've improved. I've been doing this for like 3 years. Imagine how much I'll improve in the next 3 years from where I'm at now.
10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about when you're 29, and like if you're just constantly evolving your music, constantly evolving your online presence, your character, you as a person, you always have stuff that you're going through and that you want to articulate in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
So you always sort of have something to go on from and continue the show, continue the story. But yeah, I think a lot of importance is like, yeah, just grinding, honestly, and and overcoming struggle, because like there's going to be moments where even you're going to want to quit.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
I don't even like, we don't know each other that well, but I know because, and like there's going to be moments where I'm going to fucking be like, why the fuck do I even do this?
Yeah.
Like, why don't I just spend an extra 10 hours working a week and just make fucking way more money and just set up myself financially and live the white picket fence life and blah blah. But if you can enjoy it enough to continue through or get through the shit weeks and the shit days or whatever, like you feel so much better. I've had moments already like that, and I'm so much happier that I'm still going with it and still continue to progress in it. And it's fucking nowhere near blown up, nowhere near.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and like the thing you got to remember too is like every single person has moments like that. Like, you know, it can be really like what's the word I'm looking for? Like demoralizing. Like if you've been putting in all this hard work to put something together and then you put it out and then, you know, it sort of flops and you're like, oh, fuck, that feels like shit. You know, it's sort of like sometimes you're like, what's the point? Like, you know, no one's paying attention. But then you just got to trust that eventually people will. You just got to keep doing dope shit and then, you know, you keep doing dope shit, eventually people are going to find it.
yeah, 100%. And like like a main thing too is to not get like thrown away by like criticism or like some people not liking it and stuff. Because if you generally like what you're putting out, like I can guarantee you right now, 100% of people are not going to enjoy your shit.
Yeah.
Maybe not even 80. But if you find your 20,
Yeah.
if you find your 20%, man, you're killing it. And like even fucking 10%, like 10% of Australia is still a lot of people.
Yeah,
5%
exactly.
of Australia is still a lot of people. Like,
Yeah, I think a lot of people like stray away from like, you know, who they truly are and what they really want to do in attempts to reach a lot more people. But it's like there's so many people in the world. Like if you just be you, there's gonna be a bunch of people that fuck with you. There'll be a bunch of people that don't. But that's just life. Like you got to think about like your own preferences. There's shit that like everyone likes. There's shit that everyone hates. It's just how it is.
100%. And you'll never get everyone. So
Yeah.
wipe that shit out of your brain. You won't impress everyone.
Yeah.
Cunts will still hate you. The more
Yeah.
success you have, even more cunts will hate you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then like you also got to think about like people like taking time out of their day to like just drop some hate comments and shit like that. It's
Fans, mate. They're your
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thanks for the comment, man.
That's what me and Doogie said. Like, they're just fans. Like,
Yeah.
people that are going out of your way to spread hate, or it's like, if I don't like something,
Yeah, you just
I don't
go
even-
on with your day.
I just fucking
Ignore
scroll.
Yeah.
Because, like, you actually don't need to. You don't, and to be honest, adding comments, baby. The more haters you have,
Yeah.
the better. But did you know as well? Like, you could have like 30,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes, and almost 1,000 people commenting saying they dislike you, because the people that don't like it are always the loudest.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta remember that sometimes as well. Like you gotta remember, like, oh yeah, I'm getting like fucking 10 people saying I'm shit, I'm this and that. When all the people that fucked with it and rated it are gonna be like, fuck, that was cool as.
Yeah.
And just go on with their
Right,
day because
yeah.
they're just like, yeah, gangster. Like things that people hate seem to linger in their brains more than things that people enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hate is a powerful feeling. It's always love.
100%.
Yeah.
And like obviously, like there's going to be the good comments as well, but they're few and far between. Like there'll be people that are like, man, this is the fucking sickest.
Yeah.
I love this, and like
Yeah.
definitely appreciate it.
Oh, for
Appreciate it.
sure,
But
for
like
sure.
you don't focus on things like that too much. I don't believe, just because, yeah, like the people that do fucks with it probably won't always comment and stuff like that. But
Yeah, and there's also a difference between like some constructive criticism and just like someone's opinion, and they're just like trying to make it seem like their opinion is the way it is.
yeah,
It's like a lot of people don't realize that their opinion is theirs. Like it's not a universal thing. It's like that's your opinion. Like
100%.
it's not just like that's the way it is. Like this is shit. It's like I think this is shit. That's how people got to think about it. Like
100%. I actually could not even agree more.
Mm.
And it goes a lot to, especially in this day and age too, like people trying to cancel each other and stuff like that. I think that's a massive presence, just because, yeah, it's like, well, this offends me, so
Yeah.
this should offend everyone. But it's like, well,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
high goat's cheese being $20 at the supermarket offends me.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? like there's heaps of things that are offensive to me, but it's like you don't need to push
Yeah,
that shit.
it's true.
Like music.
Everyone's got different views. Like, fucking, I was watching Ricky Gervais's latest shit on Netflix.
Elite.
Yeah, and
Good.
he fucking yeah, he was saying that exact shit. He was saying like,
They are women. Look at their dicks.
yeah, like it's so good. Like he's just sort of saying like, instead of saying, oh, that's offensive, just say that offends me.
Yep.
'Cause, you know, it's a completely different thing.
100%. And like everyone, and it's probably off topic, but like everyone sort of laughs at different. Everyone loves different things. Everyone laughs at different. Everyone listens to different things in their spare time.
Yeah.
Like everything's got their own poison, and that's what's sort of good about being in. Well, like our whole conversation, because you've just got to find who will be fucking with you when they're in the car, who's going to be listening to you before they go out for drinks, who's going to be listening to you in their when their girlfriend breaks up with them, or when they feel like smoking with the boys, like you said. Like you just gotta find your crowd, and like everyone will listen to you for different reasons too.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly right.
Like some people might not listen to you when they're sad, but they want to listen to you when they're smoking, and vice versa. And you'll always, like, people don't always watch my episodes, but when they see it person, they're like, oh fuck, I want to know more about this cat. They're like, yeah.
People don't have to, obviously the people who are real diehards are gonna, dive into everything that you do. But then, it's still cool that there's people that, they'll grab certain pieces, and that's cool.
Casually flick through your stuff.
Yeah. It's just giving, like, people will get what they need from you. Like, if they don't need everything, they're not going to take everything. But if they do, they will.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the way it goes.
I think it comes with just being an artist in general. Like, you just don't force your shit down people's throats and see what people take for themselves and go from there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, I didn't, like, delve deep into the story. I just sort of saw headlines that, like, Chris Brown is, like, pissed off at his fans that his new album hasn't gone massive or some shit. It's like, how are you going to be pissed off? Like, you can't be looking outward, you got to look inward. It's like, okay, obviously what I did on this album isn't connecting with my people. Like, what can I do to actually, do that again?
100%.
Yeah.
That's actually like a good thing. You can't look outwards, you can't look inwards. Yeah, 100%, because it's like the outcome is based on how many people can relate and corroborate or whatever the fuck. Where like if you put out a stinker, you can't go, oh, why didn't everyone?
It's your fault because you don't like it.
Yeah,
like,
why didn't you click on it? It's like, mate, because you're talking for an hour about fucking Fruit Loops, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like doing like cereal, rating beers, heaps of weird shit that I've done.
Yeah.
Like, why would we want to listen to that? I'm not into it. I'm like, yeah, fair, well, true, because I watch specifically what I want to watch on YouTube and stuff, and
yeah, people like different shit. Yeah, you can't tell, especially your audience, can't be like, oh, you should like this. It's like,
that's a fair bump.
Yeah, it's like you can't tell people what to like and not like. You just got to do you, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't, and you move on.
If they fucks with it, they fucks with it. If they don't fucks with it.
Exactly.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No, but seriously, you just gotta wear it in your stride and fucking move on. And maybe ask for criticism, or not like constructive criticism and stuff. Maybe like maybe suss out why people didn't like it, why they didn't connect with it, and then maybe work within yourself how to do it in your own way. Because maybe sometimes you just can't connect with them people because they just don't connect with you anymore. Because maybe you're like, for example, like how do you connect with Chris Brown? The cunt's rich as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
This and that, like.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to his new album. I
didn't even know he dropped it. The only reason I knew is that the headline that he's pissed off that people didn't listen.
And I got a mate that loves it, but we just don't listen to the same stuff. Like, I'd prefer. I'm more of a rap guy than I am an R&B sort of guy.
Yeah, me too.
Like, always been like that and stuff too. But I've got mates that are just like, love a bit of Chris Brown, love a bit of fucking Trey Songz, and like, you know what I mean? Like, love that shit, love it. But to me, I could think of 1,000,010 things I'd rather listen to than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if it's not music, like anything, like, I'd just prefer to do other things.
Yeah. That's the cool thing too, is like you still mates with them. It's like you don't have to like the same shit to to get along with people.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like a pain in the ass when you go on trips together and you're like, I want to play music.
Yeah, you want to grab the aux.
Can we just do one for one? Can we do one each?
Yeah. I find the best shit to do is you pass the phone around and you get everyone to queue up a song. Yeah. That shit works well.
Yeah, 100%. But it's.
But then you're just waiting for your song.
100%. You're like, fuck, bro, this song, it's not for me. It's good. It's good if like if like the people, because sometimes like, because I'm a pretty big rap head and stuff, but if someone plays like a classic sing along that everyone knows or something like that, like that, to me that's a vibe in itself, because it's like,
for sure. There's certain like songs that are like just perfect for the orgs.
100%. Like Thanks for the Memories.
Yeah,
Thanks for the memories.
That's a fucking classic. Yeah,
Bro, tell me someone that doesn't sing to that song.
yeah.
I'll wait. I'll fucking wait right here until someone does it.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's heaps of songs like that. And they're like the ones that you just jam out with like your mates to the most, because like everyone loves it.
100%. And and it's not genre specific. Like there's just songs that everyone just froths, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's like ageless songs, like what we were talking about earlier. Like tell me Thanks for the Memories or something like that. That like won't go on for generations, because it's such a bop cunt.
Yeah, literally. There's songs that you still hear on the radio from fucking ages ago, and it's like, yeah, like, because that song like deserves to be, because it's like, it's timeless. Like, and that is like the type of shit, like that's the goal as an artist, I reckon. You want to be trying making something timeless. You don't want to be making something that's just good for the moment. It's exactly what we were talking about before with like, you know, artists that fall off and shit like that. It's just because it was good in the moment. It's not good anymore. Yeah. It was for that time, but you want to make shit that's just good like forever.
100%. And like people like older than us, like I look at like old like rock bands and stuff like that, and some of them still have like 300 million streams on this song and stuff like that, and it's like their music was out before Spotify was a thing. Yeah, literally. So they've got that on top of the album sales, the CDs that every fucker has. Like, no one's obviously listening to CDs anymore. It's probably the reason. But like they've done that. Like that's how big those songs are. They've done that after their prime, and man, that's the dream.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is the dream. Like it's just crazy. Like I can't imagine the feeling of like just being in the studio making that one song that is like that timeless song, you know what I mean? Like that shit.
Hard to do.
Yeah, oh for sure.
I don't even know if people in our generation could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
like I think like the only reason why I say it is because of the fluctuation of different people that everyone listens to and stuff. Like for me, like Kendrick's one of the best or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But like there's not too many songs on his new album for me personally.
Yeah.
That I'll listen to forever.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like you might.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, see, I don't even know yet. Like there's songs that I love on there that I'm still listening to now. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe they will get old. Maybe I will keep listening to them. I know with these older albums, I'm still listening to those songs. Yeah. Fucking Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly.
But see, that songs like, but I'm pretty sure Good Kid, Mad City is still in the top. See, that's what we're talking about right now. Like that's an ageless.
That is a timeless album. That's 100%. That's fucking so good.
Because what's that in the top 100? It's been in like the top 100 for like since it came out. Or
that wouldn't surprise me.
It's like I think it almost surpassed or has surpassed Eminem's album. I can't remember which one now. Yeah. For like consecutively most years, like people just listening to it and stuff like that, and it's fucking good. That's a good piece. That's some art right there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The album just doesn't get old. Like, there's so many like fucking classics.
And Kendrick's one of the biggest though. So I'm like in my head, I'm trying to think of like a rapper and artist like that could do that right now. And I'm struggling. I'm not joking.
The scene is so different. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just have to wait and see.
It's a good thing to ponder, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never know though. Fucking Kid Laroi might just bop out his next album might be the fucking best thing since sliced bread, and we're listening to it when we're 80. We're just like, bro, that old Kid Laroi was beast, man.
Yeah, it's so weird to think about like listening to music from now, like as you know,
like what are we gonna still be listening to later?
What are we still gonna be listening to? That's a good question.
And because like a lot of like our parents or like our grandparents or stuff like that, they're listening to their tunes. They're still listening to. They're listening to their songs from the 70s or the 90s or stuff like that they were bopping back then, or maybe some classic early 2000s or something like that. They're still rocking them to the day they die, sort of thing. Like they just will. Like they're not going to sit there and fucking chuck on the new Kendrick or
they're not going to see a new album drop and be like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, let's get. Oh, is that the new T Swift? Oh, maybe some of them, but like.
Yeah, you never know.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Being an icon.
Yeah.
An icon. I reckon it's there's few and far between them.
Oh yeah, it takes a specific type of fucking, I don't know. It's like magic. It's like, I don't even know. It's like that intangible thing you can't describe. There's just something about it, and something about the person that did it.
100%.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
yeah,
The whole thing. Well, I might fucking kick it there, brother.
yeah. Too easy. Too easy.
Thanks heaps for coming on.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. It's been fun.
It's been good. It's been a pleasure. And everyone go subscribe to Tyron on fucking Instagram. I might even chuck his little tab fucking thing right here somewhere. Or
Have a little
point
bit
to
of
it. Yeah, right there. No, gangster. And thanks for everyone watching, and peace out.